Remember way back when? And it was pretty important when this guy said it. I mean, it's been a long time. But he said, "Judge me on the content of my character, not the color of my skin." I remember that, and it was sort of important when he said it. Now it's, if you're white, you can't apply for this job, or if you're Asian, it requires more testing to get into this college because you guys are just too smart, or whatever their reasoning behind it is. So now we have people openly stating things that are actively and on the surface completely 100 frickin' percent racist as fuck. Boston doctors call for racially discriminating against patients in order to, you guessed it folks, there in Laszlo land, promote social justice. Ah, yes, social justice. To basically, to heal the country, we needed to push this racial group down because social justice. Whew. All right. But given the ample current evidence that our health, judicial, and other systems already unfairly preference people who are white, we believe, that our approach is corrective and therefore mandated. Oh, mandated and corrected racism. Got it. I mean, it's not racist if it's against white people because, reasons? Yeah. 2 doctors in Boston have called for the allocation of medical resources to be done on the basis of race. Now, let me just say this. I know what you're thinking. You, right there. I know what you're thinking. That this is fucking racist. And it is. But, no, this is the definition of racism right here. Writing in the Boston Review, they call for the implementation of standards that would show racial preference to patients. This would be in addition to federal reparations. I don't know what to say. Dr. Bram Wispelway and Dr. Michelle Morris, both of whom teach at Harvard Medical School, and there's your problem, folks. Harvard wrote that their mission was to comprehensively confront structural racism by being racist against another group. To go about this, they plan to enlist the tools of critical race theory. They slam what they call colorblind policies, or the concept of equality for individuals of all races and ethnicities under the law, saying that it is not achieving their desired ends with enough speed. Who are those people out there, the political ideology that want to burn and mold the world to their heart's content, or what they see or how they want the world? I think they were the Fabian socialists, Marxists, communists. Ah, yes, there, folks in Laszlo land. These dickbags are in fact goddamn fucking socialists. All right, cool. Federal reparations, they write, are only the beginning of addressing structural racism, which they defined in the medical context as ability to pay, inequities in uninsurance and insurance type, employment status, institutional racism, persistent housing inequality and racial segregation, redlining, blockbusting, and contract binding, wealthy inequality. Now, it's funny that we've all talked about this before, and we know what in fact they're trying to portray here, or we know what their ends are. They're not about stopping racism. They're not about anti-racism. They're about being racist against the people that they hate, which is white people and quite possibly Asian people, because of past deeds done by white people and or Asians. What do you call that? That's just fucking stupid. So you're gonna blame me for shit that I had nothing to do with. I mean, that right there and that paragraph, is maddening because they don't want racism to end, because their grift will end if racism is abolished. I don't like racism. It's an abhorrent thing to think that one race is better than the other. I mean, what the fuck? Seriously? But you get these two chuckle fucks right here that apparently, okay, that is Morris, that's her and the other guy. They're being racist against people that they think are being racist without getting to know them. That, in fact, is motherfucking racist. But again, you can't reason with people like that. They've already gone too far down the rabbit hole. They're done. It's over. For their part, and to create anti-racist institutional change, which they say is essential to supplement federal reparations, they have created a pilot program that will undertake institutional action. The basis for this institutional action is the concept of applicative justice, applying justice to those who don't know or don't now receive it. This, they say, is as opposed to more idealistic conceptions of justice. Oh, Jesus Christ. This pilot program adopts reparations framework of acknowledgement, redress, and closure, or as they call it, a healing arc, with the initiatives for all three components. Each centers Black and Latinx patients and community members, the most impacted by unjust heart failure management, and under whose direction appropriate restitution can begin to take shape. I'm going to break away for a second here and go off on a tangent. Latinx. Let me tell you something about that term. Latinx. Try to call someone, say in South America, let's be more specific, Ecuador, Latinx. You go, do you prefer to be called Latinx? They'll say, ¿Qué? ¿Qué es esto? What is that? When you explain them, they're like, the fuck? No, I'm a Latino, or I'm a Ecuadoriano. I'm an Ecuadorian. They're not Latinx. Only people who are fucking stupid enough to tag that term on is the people in the United States, who, by all intents and purposes, apparently have double-digit IQ and more than a triple-digit income. I mean, whoa. All right, back from my tangent. They write that federally paid reparations are essential, and a broad adoption of healing arcs can build on them, directly implementing restitution across a variety of institutional contexts, and for a range of marginalized BIPOC, which is BIPOC. Okay, that's something people of color communities. Even if they did get reparations, that wouldn't stop them. They would ask for more. You can't give these people an inch, because they're going to take 20 fucking miles on you. They're going to take a fucking light year. This is how they will operate. You cannot. Unfortunately, this sort of terrible thinking is already rife in these learned institutions. So it's already fucking too late. So the only thing you can do is mock these motherfuckers at all stations. I'm going to go right to the end because it's just fucking maddening. See, they call for reparations has been heard across the U.S., who was bolstered by an executive order signed by the acting Vice President Potato nearly instantly upon taking office on January 20th. Since then, Evanston, Illinois, Oakland, California have created programs that directly pay money to residents who are not white. While in Evanston, it is called reparations, and in Oakland, it's called UBI, Universal Basic Income, for families that make under $60,000 a year and are not white. New York has created a Racial Justice and Reconciliation Commission that will consider payouts to Black New Yorkers, which in fact is goddamn racist as fuck. So, let's conclude this right here. How do you solve racism? According to these chuckle fucks, is being more racist and taking my money, or money that out of my pocket or my family's pocket or a bank account, and giving it to people that weren't racist, weren't slaves, and whose dubious claim to treachery by the state should be investigated, because it probably doesn't exist. This is just complete bullshit. That's like to stop a house fire, you throw gas on it. That doesn't make any sense. That's just ridiculous. And unfortunately, shit like this will continue to happen and continue to be foisted because we got a goddamn potato in office who's too stupid to stop this crap from continuing because he likes this. He wants it to continue. And it won't stop. The only way to stop these fucking idiots, these fucking mental midgets, these fucking clowns, is to mock them endlessly and to call them out on their fucking bullshit. And of course, it ain't lost on me, and it shouldn't be lost on you.